Robert Drury back again on my quest to get to 2200, and we will see if we can get a 10-minute game. And I am currently at 2137, and my opponent is at 2147, and he starts off with e4. And I'm playing b6, which is technically an Owens defense. Now once he comes to 2 pawns, I'll bring the bishop out. All right, so he brings his bishop to d3. I will bring g6. And one of the reasons I play the Owens or the b6 with starting with the Owens defense is I want to prevent or I want to have a good response to an f4 push. He does not play that here, so I can just continue with my Hippo setup. Now here I can't play e6 next because then he can bring his bishop in. So I'll bring my knight here because now if I play e6 and he drops his bishop down, I can just block and I don't have to worry about his bishop coming to f6. For instance, without the knight on d7, this particular move would cause problems. All right, so he's going to play his a4 pawn, and we're going to meet it with a6. And if he pushes, we will push our pawn. All right, let's see. I played him one time with the draw. He's just continuing with his standard developing this rook. Right here, the Hippo is a little behind in development, but he gives this push. But now we can just lock the center. And I don't have to worry about the f-pawn push yet because he's got it blocked with this knight. All right, so now, let's see. He's going with the 2 pawns, no problem. That just gives us a tempo to play our other knight out. And here, if he pushes, we will push this way. If he pushes his A pawn, then we will push with our B pawn. So we can just lock anything up over here on the queen side. I've got a typical King's Indian type of setup going. All right, so now if he brings his bishop, like, all right, not there, but he brings his bishop out to the e3 square, then I would push this particular pawn here, or he brings it here, and I can just push like this. Now if he drops it back, I get a tempo. Okay, we will go ahead. All right, so now if I push here, I'm threatening to push here. All right, if I push, he takes, but my king is a little, we'll be stuck in the middle. So what we're going to do castle first. I assume he's going to bring his bishop or his queen up here, and he's going to target this direction. And we got 2 choices. I can push here. If I do that, he could play this move, and it could present me some problems. If I push here, he's just going to take. So we will go ahead and we will defend. And, all right, so there's the problem. There's the problem with that move right there. Is he's just pushing. Okay, so all right, now if I push and he pushes, I can push forward. If I push, he takes, I take. What we will do, we'll go ahead and push. And if he takes, we are going to, wow, look at that. That's what he did. All right, so what we got here is I can push here, and the bishop is trapped. He can give me a check, but now his bishop is trapped. All right, so what's he gonna do? He takes up, he's gonna resign. All right, so that was a quick one, and let's do a quick game review, and I will go over this game. Okay, 94.7%. We get that because we played basically a 14 move game. But let's go back and I will go over this game with you. It actually is a 16 move game. All right, so when he plays e4, we play b6 because we are one. I'll tell you what, hold on 1 minute. I'm going to put this in my library, then bring it out. That way I can go over the game easier with you. And I do this because if I use the other screen and I make different moves, it'll give my screen a washed out look. All right, so he goes e4. Now we start with b6 because we want to be prepared for a 3-pawn center. And I will show you what I'm talking about. All right, he pushes. Now my bishop comes out. And now I have to worry about the f-pawn push. Now here he has two main choices. He can play the knight out, which is, if he does that, we would push e6. And then he would be forced to put another defender on this. If he plays the queen out, we can just go ahead and pin. And it gets a little tricky, but it's not bad for black. But when he plays the bishop out, I play g6, because now if he plays the f-pawn push like this, which is not good in this situation for white, I can play my f-pawn. And now aggressive players will take this way, but that fails to this, because then they'll try to push down the board, and they're thinking, well, if you take back, they got made. But the thing is, you don't take back. You just push the pawn, and that secures the g4 square. All right, but non-aggressive players will play usually queen, and that's usually the top move that's played. And now here, white has a few different options. In the past, I've just went ahead and traded out, and it ends up like this. And then he makes another move, whether it's a knight move, whether it's this knight coming out. It's whichever. Sometimes you'll see this move, and you just hit him with tempo. And now he's got to worry about the defending the d5 pawn. All right, but let's go back. All right, so, my God, what just happened? All right, that was interesting. That's not even my game. That's, all right, well, anyway. Where was that? All right, so we play this way. Oh, let's go back. All right, if he brings a queen out, the computer's choice on this is actually, if you let the computer think long enough, is just go ahead and play knight to c6. And it eventually gets into a pretty good line for white. All right, but anyway, well, let's go back to the actual game. But the whole purpose of playing the b6 move is to be able to counter these three pawns coming towards the center. But let's get back to the game. All right, so now he just plays his knight out, so which looks like we're going to get a regular tempo. I play the d6 pawn. He castles. And now here the problem is, if I was to go ahead and play this particular move, his bishop comes in, and I can't play my hippo because if I do something like this, he comes in, and now it's just messed my hippo up. So therefore, I've got to protect the f6 square, and the knight move does it. And now he's got two pawns, or two knights here, two pawns here. So we can just go with a regular hippo setup. And here, once we see a4, we counter with a6. Now, the engine also will give you a5, but that just opens up the b5 square. All right, so we'll just go on through our moves. And now this is not a good move for white, because now it allows me to lock the center and get a kings in. Well, I say it's not a good move. It's just, it's something we're prepared for. I'll put it that way. All right, he plays the B pawn up. This situation, it just allows us a tempo. We bring the knight out. All right, so he hits us with the bishop, and he's not really doing anything because now we can hit it. Now, if he goes this way, we'll do this. We'll go back, and then we can come in here and target the f4 square. All right, but he drops back, and now I go ahead and castle, and I'm fully expecting the queen to come here and target this. Now, one of the things they have to be aware of when they put the queen there is this bishop is running out of squares to run. All right, there we go. The bishop's out of squares. Now he pushes his a4 pawn. Oh, I'm sorry, his h4 pawn. And here, f5 is the top move, and black already has the advantage. All right, so and once he played this move, he just loses. He just loses a piece, and eventually, if everything's played correctly, the game takes, take back, and he resigned. That was a quick one. I'm up to 2145, and I will see you on the next game.